by St. Leo the Great on St. Peter. The Church of Christ grows in the strength of Peter's faith. One man, Peter, was chosen out of the whole world to preside over the calling of the nations, over all the apostles and of all the fathers of the church. So, although in the people of God there are many priests and many pastors, Peter was to rule by his own authority over all, and over them also Christ is the principal ruler. Brethren, by this appointment, God conferred on this man a great and wonderful share in his power, and where he willed that the rest of the leaders of the church should have a gift like Peter's. It was only through Peter that he gave whatever he did, not to refuse to the others. The Lord once asked all the apostles what men thought about him. So long as they were describing the uncertainties of ignorant men about him, they all said the same. But when he asked what the disciples themselves thought of him, it was the man who held first rank among the apostles who was the first to confess the Lord. And when Peter had said, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God," Jesus replied, "Blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father who is in heaven. This means you are blessed because my Father taught you this. You were not deceived by the opinion of the world, but instructed by inspiration from heaven. It was not flesh and blood, but he whose Son I am, who has revealed me to you." And Jesus went on, "I tell you," meaning that it is my Father has revealed to you my divinity, "so I make known to you your own high position, that you are Peter." That means I am the secure rock, the cornerstone which makes both one, that foundation other men which no man can lay. You, however, are also a rock, because by my strength you are made firm, so that you and I may share together those things which are my special prerogatives by right. And on this rock I shall build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. On this strong foundation, he says, I will build an everlasting temple. My church will rise high to heaven upon the strength of this faith. The gates of hell will not imprison this confession, nor the chains of death bind it. Your voice is the voice of life, as it lifts up to heaven those who confess it. So it plunges into hell those who deny it. That is why Jesus said to most blessed Peter, I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth shall be loosed in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth shall be bound in heaven. And the right to this power was handed on to the other apostles, and the provisions of this decree have been passed on to all the leaders of the church. But it is not an idle gesture to put into one man's keeping what was to be communicated to all. This commission was given to Peter in particular at first, because of the example of Peter is put before all the leaders of the church. That's from Leo. So he puts